Well, welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and I am super ecstatic to do a complete full unboxing of my newest YouTooz. As you can see, this is all Stranger Things, and I want to give a shout out to YouTooz for hooking it up. I'm so excited to go through all of the different YouTooz I've picked up. If you have not seen a YouTooz before, 100% check out their website, order any of the YouTooz. You're going to be blown away at how custom each of the YouTooz are for whatever your fandom might be. But this, of course, I had to do because Stranger Things Season 5 is finally coming out on Netflix this week. Really sad that the franchise and series is coming to an end, but November 26th is when they're going to be releasing the first 4 episodes. We'll have to wait patiently for Christmas Day and New Year's Eve to finish out the season. But I wanted to kind of go through a quick little overview of the YouTooz. Spoiler alert, as I'm talking about some of the characters, I may spoil some pieces from season 4 or some of the earlier seasons. So if you don't want me to spoil anything, I just want to give you that early heads up. As far as being a academic on Stranger Things, I am not that as well. Just a small little disclaimer. I am a fan of the series, but I highly do not know every little single piece of every single episode. But anyways, if you have not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe right now down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these collectible unboxings that I do. Definitely let me know in the comments if you're a huge Stranger Things fan like myself. But without further ado, let's jump right into this unboxing and talk about the different Stranger Things collectible items that I've gotten from YouTooz. Let's start out actually with the pins. So these pins, I was trying to look at them, but this is 100% from Stranger Things Season 1. It's got Will, 11, Lucas, Mike, and Dustin in it. And the pins are really creative. I don't know if you're a pin collector per se, but I do enjoy collecting pins, especially when I'm going places, specifically where I really just kind of want to remember a place that I've been, like San Diego Comic-Con. But these pins are really well done. This may be the first time that I've actually done YouTooz pins before, but I'm so impressed with them. So let's just unbox this real quick so we can see what the pins look like in person. It just says Netflix Stranger Things Collector's Edition on the side there. So we've got Lucas with his really cool slingshot there. And then 11 is eating her Eggos, which she of course is obsessed with and was kind of like a meme and just like her signature. What will 11 do without her Lego My Eggos? Mike on the walkie-talkie. And then Dustin, who's kind of constantly some comic relief in his signature kind of smiling, laughing pose. And last but not least, this is actually my favorite, I think. It's Will. So as you know, Will's mom, Joyce, pretty much the way she's able to communicate with him in season 1 is through lights when he's stuck in the upside down. And so I love that they've added some cute little Christmas lights all around him. All right, so those are the pins. Super high quality too. I'm trying to like feel the thickness of these, but these are really, really thick pins. And just a nice little easy collector's item. So if you don't want to have like a big collectible statue hanging around, you can just get some pins, which you can put on bags. You can, I've seen like these really cool bags actually where they're clear and you can literally just put them inside a clear bag and showcase all of the pins you've collected. So next, let's talk about the Scoops Ahoy. So Scoops Ahoy, this location is an ice cream parlor that takes place in season 3 when the Starcourt Mall opens up. So the Starcourt Mall is like grand opening, really huge venue, and kind of like the main destination where a lot of the action takes place in Stranger Things season 2. I was obsessed with the Scoops Ahoy just look and feel of that ice cream parlor, and this is where Robin and Steve work together. Let's take this out of the box. He always has these really cool sleeves. So let me just kind of show you the back of that sleeve so you can see it. And then this is the two of them. They look so cute together. Would you like to set sail on this ocean of flavor with me? That's what it says on the inside of the box here. The detail on the YouTooz are so crazy how good and close they are as like a replica to the scenes. But this is them with the ice cream in front of them and the register. And then look at even the detail on the shoes that they're wearing and that cute Chips Ahoy outfit, which, you know, any of us, I feel like in our high school days would have gotten a job like this. But it's got the Scoops Ahoy ice cream parlor with even the price point on the register. But this is just like, I think this may be one of my favorite Stranger Things YouTooz out of all the ones that have dropped for Stranger Things, because I did love the mall sequences and I specifically love the ice cream parlor. It's just such a cute name and they have such cute outfits on. Okay, what should we do next? Let's do Dart. So for those of you who can think way back when to the earlier seasons of Stranger Things, so Dart, actually, he has a little name here too. It's got Dart, but this is a little stuffed animal, and Dustin finds Dart in season 2 of Stranger Things inside of trash can. And for those of you who remember, Will was actually kind of coughing up these little slugs after he came back from the Upside Down, and Dart looked exactly like him. Dustin didn't know at first what exactly Dart was, but he kind of decided to keep him as a pet, put him in like a tortoise glass case, was feeding him candy, and then eventually Dart ate his cat. And then Dart, of course, started growing larger and larger. And then Dustin, I think, finally, after naming him D'Artagnan, Dart is for short, realized that he had some connection to the Upside Down. And this is basically the tadpole, essentially, of a Demodog, which we've got here in the little collectible form. But he's so cute. Nice and squishy, looks exactly like Dart when he was a little bit smaller. And of course, Demodog then grows into a Demogorgon, which I also have the plush for a Demogorgon here. This plush is so intricate, so it actually is weighted. It's got some beans inside of there, so it's got some nice weight to it. But look at the details on this Demogorgon with the mouth and everything. So as part of Stranger Things, I mean, Stranger Things would not be what it is without the Demogorgon, which you see throughout the different seasons, and we see it again in season 4. But I just love that they decided to do a plushie of it. I mean, look how crazy. Let me just do a little turn. Weighted Demogorgon. Look at how cool you look. Look at those legs. They're so long and limb. Doot, doot, doot. All right, so I guess since we're already talking about the Demogorgon and the Demodog, we do see this in season 4. So the rest of the YouTooz are pretty much the characters in season 4. So like the outfits, clothes, actions that they're doing. This is mainly for season 4, which was the most recent season of Stranger Things. So we've got the Demodog, which again is what Dart eventually becomes. So I'm gonna take the Demodog out so we can see what he looks like, but looks pretty much like a replica. Let me just show you the packaging actually. So we've got the upside down kind of house, the Creel family house on the packaging here. Sleeve off here. Show you the back of that sleeve so you can kind of see what that looks like. Demodogs, like Demogorgon and dogs, like you put them together. I love YouTooz because they always have some cute little quirky saying on the inside of the box, as you can see. Whoops, he just kind of slid right out there. But we've got a really cool stand to hold the Demodog up. But look at the details, even the veins on the back of the head. So the Demodog's connected to the upside down, and this is kind of essentially the baby equivalent before it turns into a Demogorgon. So we'll put him next to these two. They'd probably be running away. Robin and Steve would probably be running away from that Demodog. So now that we've done the Demodog, might as well do the grown-up version, the Demogorgon. And you've seen the plushy version of this. So now let's take a look and see what the grown-up version looks like. All right, so let me just show you that packaging there. The packaging is illustrated so well. So this one just says it's called a Demogorgon. So you can see this one up close. We've got a really cool stand so the Demogorgon can stand up. But again, just like the details on this are so well done. So we've got the little veins and even like the vertebrae on the back there. Look at the hands. Let's put them next to the Demodog so you can see the two side by side. But they are looking mighty vicious. So in season 4, we see some a Demogorgon that Hopper has to actually fight against because the Russians are feeding him, fattening him up with other prisoners to feed him to a Demogorgon. Of course, he doesn't know that, but eventually that is what will happen. So this, again, is Hopper in season 4. This is when we think he's dead after the last season, but turns out he was basically just kidnapped. You know, Joyce, of course, is going to come to the rescue to try and help him to escape out of that Russian prison. But while he is still held captive there, he's going to have to put his fighting skills to the test. And it's not like it's his first go around with seeing a Demogorgon or a Demodog. And then it says, even if it's the last thing I do. Very much a Hopper thing. So this is 6. So this is actually what he uses to fight the Demogorgon, while all the other prisoners are just getting slashed and eaten and torn to pieces. Hopper, of course, is more prepared than them and knows exactly what to do. So now let's start on all of the figures that are from season 4. Move these over here. So I guess we can start out with Max, who is pretty much a very primary character in this. So Vecna has basically been killing a lot of different students in Hawkins, and he's preying on them for weaknesses, and Max just so happens to have one of those weaknesses. And once you see this kind of grandfather clock, that's kind of when they've kind of investigated and found out that that's when Vecna has a hold on you and can control you. And when they realize that, luckily they find out some information where music is kind of one of those things that can kind of, I guess, safeguard you from Vecna's power. And one of the ways that Sam is able to avoid his power, as you can see here, let me take her out, are the headphones. So she is listening to her favorite song, which is an 80s classic, Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, which actually like hit the top charts, which is hilarious because that song came out so long ago. But she plays that song over and over to avoid being controlled by Vecna. And this is really cute. She's got Lucas on the back, and there's actually this cute little drawing. Let's see what it says. I'm glad you're here. So that's what she says to Lucas in the show. And you can see that she's drawn this cute little drawing of her and Lucas. But look how adorable that is. So Max, of course, ends up in the Upside Down, and there's a lot of things that end up happening to her. She comes to a couple close calls while there and ends up having to go up against Vecna, which is no small task. But of course, she has 11 as some backup, as well as her other partners in crime, which we'll talk about here in a second. I guess we might as well talk about one of the newer characters. So this is Henry Creel, or number 1, which we find out in season 4. So of course 11's number 11, and this is the first time we're actually meeting the first kid that was tested in that creepy facility that 11 was in, and he actually just so happens to be Victor Creel's son, whom he thought actually was deceased, but when he was a kid they actually snagged him and took him away to be studied and tested on. And basically we kind of reformulate and find out who he is when 11, she in season 4 is trying to regain her powers, and by doing that she basically connects back with Dr. Brenner, which is unfortunate because, as you know, that's who she used to call Papa and who studied her. She uncovers how she was manipulated by one, and we soon find out that he is actually Vecna. So let's take them both out so we can see what they look like. All right, so we can see here, we've got that cheeky little smile. He's always up to something, Mr. Henry, and he's in that traditional kind of lab outfit. But look at the cool detail, the doors and everything. YouTooz always with the illustrations do such a good job. Well. Look who decided to join us. Someone's a sleepyhead this morning. All right, this is our classic look that we've got for him. Take a look at all those details. You even got his little card down there. Look how detailed that is on the belt. See if you can see that. But looking sharp. We'll put Henry down there, and he stands very well, so he doesn't even need like a stand to hold him up. Next, we'll bring out 11, since these two have some history together, as we find out in this season. And she is wearing pretty much the exact outfit. It's kind of like this pajama top. We will have the best spring break ever. Let's see, we've got here spring outfit, so we can see the details of this. Using her little psychic ability there, and of course we've got that nice little blood drip. That's her signature when she's used her powers. And it looks like we've got 11 on a stand now, so she can't really stand up as good as Henry. But look at the detail. This is literally exactly what she's wearing this season. Even the footwear is beautifully done. But they really nailed it on this one. All right, we'll put little 11 next to Henry there. Who's your favorite character in Stranger Things, everyone? What's your favorite season? Are you caught up? Are you obsessed and ready for season 5? Love to hear from you in the comments after the video is completed. So next up, we have Eddie. So Eddie is a new character that we're introduced to in season 4. Eddie has a really iconic scene too. I feel like there were a lot of memes with his little guitar solo that he does in the Upside Down. And Eddie has a little sad ending, but he is really kind of a comedic relief, and he's part of the Hellfire Club, which, as you can see, I'm kind of matching Eddie today. This is the new collection from Primark. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to do that. But let's see what Eddie has to say. Society has to blame something. All right, I'll take Eddie out. So Eddie, basically his main role is to be a distraction to Vecna while he's in the Upside Down, and he ends up playing a nice little guitar solo. There's actually another Eddie in the Upside Down. He has, he's upside down. There's also another one with the actual guitar where he's playing the guitar solo. but the details on this are crazy. He even has a little side chain there. And he's kind of a little troublemaker a little bit too. He's, you know, drug dealer as well in this season. But man, he looks great. All right, Eddie, who would you like to stand next to? Maybe Hopper. Next up, I guess we can talk about Dustin. I feel like Dustin had a nice close little attachment to Eddie, as he is the leader of the Hellfire Club, and so they were pretty connected, and fortunately he has to bring some bad news to Eddie's uncle, so they've got a little bit of a close attachment there. But Dustin has matured. I feel like he's become more of a leader, even though this YouTooz looks like he's a bit more scared than what he really represents in this season. But let's just take a look. So again, we've got the upside down house, the Creel house, where all those murders took place, and also kind of like Vecna's lair a bit, where they go to. So let's just open. Bada bada boom. That's Dustin. Dustin's definitely one of my favorite characters on Stranger Things. He's just really funny. Adds a lot of comic relief to the mix. But you know, we've got the cool little camouflage outfit on here. He's screaming because, of course, he's always running, screaming, doing something in the episodes. But really cool detail outfit here. Let's just let him do a spin. So Dustin finds out about the compass doing some strange anomalies and is able to find some portals into the upside down, and he and a part of the rest of the kids find out that every time Vecna kills somebody, it opens up a new portal, and he's a huge part of trying to take Vecna down in the season. I guess let's do Mr. Argyle. So Argyle is a brand new character actually in the mix, and as far as Argyle goes, he's part of Surfer Boy Pizza. He's a bit of a stoner. He's kind of another added comedic character. I feel like in this last season, a lot of the characters are kind of subgrouped, and because a lot of them moved to California, we've got some splitsies going on and different groupings, different pairings. And Argyle's just like this fun guy who just so happens to befriend Jonathan when he moves to California, and they become really good friends. He also kind of saves 11 at times as being a distraction, but this is such a really cool kind of exact replica of what he looks like. So this is the van. So a lot of the scenes are of him actually riding in this really cool kind of shabby van. There's one scene where they're going to save 11, and the van is kind of a nice little distraction. Of course, he himself is a distraction, but he's a pizza delivery guy. Well, I say try before you deny. So super kind of just California Surfer Boy vibes. So good. This may be one of my favorite ones. So it says Surfer Boy Pizza on the back of his hat there. And he's got that nice little slice of pizza, the necklace details, but the pants and shoes, everything just really is the exact replica of him. Look how great he looks. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite new added characters to season 4. I don't know if we're going to see him in season 5, but he was really just kind of an entertaining addition to the crew. And the last 3 I'm just going to do kind of, I guess, as a trio, because they are all 3 kind of subgrouped together, which again, like I was saying in season 4, they're all kind of working together but separate. So these 3 team up together to go into the Upside Down, and their job basically is they want to go up against Vecna while he's weakened. And as you can see, they're all kind of in combat gear. So we've got Steve, Nancy, and Robin. And of course, we all know Steve still kind of has a thing for Nancy. Like, I feel like he's always going to have a little thing for her. And Robin is really just kind of, I feel like she has the coolest outfit out of the 3. She's got the total combat gear. So let's bring her out, see what she looks like. But this is kind of their combat gear that they're wearing, knowing that they're going up against this super, super evil counterpart. So let's see what Ms. Robin has to say. I think we're mad fools, the lot of us. You can see she's got this little kind of grenade that she's about to throw here, looking and meaning serious business. Real cool here. We've got the little fire going on the bottle as well, but the camo and everything just looks so sick. Yeah. Okay, this one may be one of my favorite ones. Let's just see if she can actually stand, because there's no stand with her. She may actually have to lean onto something. There we go. Robin, let's take Steve out of the mix. So Steve actually is missing some of his clothes, and there's a reason, because he gets really messed up in the upside down in this season. From like the bats and all the different creatures, he gets wounded, so you can kind of see that he's got all of these cuts and scratches all over him because he's getting really attacked. When did Steve get so hairy? Oh, YouTooz always so quirky with all their little sayings that they put inside the boxes. I don't know who selects what quotes they have, but they always do such a good job. Down here with the blood and everything that he's got wrapped around his hand. He's having a rough time in this season, I will say. So you can see he's been really just roughed up, but he's really trying to do his best. He's typically like the protector of the kids. He always gets put in the babysitting kind of position. So here we are, him being yet again another protector. So he does a pretty good job at, you know, defending himself, but they still end up cutting on his skin and creating some injuries. And then we've got Nancy Wheeler, last but not least. I think we better not waste it. Nancy's kind of looking like Winona, but look at the detail on Nancy. She's got this really cool little canteen and bag, looking super badass with those leather gloves and the boots and everything. She is definitely gonna go at Vecna in this outfit, coming prepared. All right, see if she stands really well too. All right, everyone, I've made a complete mess of my desk, but this is a new Stranger Things collection by YouTooz. So if you're a huge fan of Stranger Things like myself and you're into collectibles, I highly recommend getting a YouTooz. I really don't even know how to compare YouTooz to any other collectible toy just because they're so unique and different. And they do such a good job with all of the different characters that they create. There's a bit of artwork that goes into the detail of each of these. I can't wait for season 5 to release this Wednesday on November 26th. So let me know, out of all these YouTooz that I've unboxed, which is your favorite, and be sure to check out the YouTooz website if you haven't already. All right, everyone, this is ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. Again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that down below and give this video a thumbs up. We will catch you all on the next episode.